Hello, 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 everyone. This is Disgruntled Elk here with another episode of Hammertime Bunk Tribal. Hit 'em for 20, whatever you want to call it. So, we've made some slight tweaks since the last time, but yeah, so a lot of people at the beginning of the last video were asking, oh, do I prefer Bob? Do I prefer, do I want Luris? Do I want the Nettle Cyst and stuff? Just to clear that up, I think Luris is definitely the way you want to go. It's just an incredibly strong card and a very powerful way to grind. I decided to try Bob, and I've had some really good success with it recently, going 5-0, like 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, something like that. It's been very good in a lot of matchups. Some of the aggressive matchups, even, you don't cut all of them, just because you're usually only taking 1 or 0 damage off of Bob, and so the extra card usually is going to do enough. But with the extra black sources, or with the extra black cards in Bob, I realized I kind of want to up my black count just a little bit in terms of mana. So what I did was I kept the Concealed Courtyards, of course. I trimmed 1 Inkmoth Nexus, 1 basic Plains, and 1 Silent Clearing for the Godless Shrine, and then 2 of the fetch lands. So this effectively adds 3 black sources. We of course cut the 1 clearing, but other than that, we effectively added, I believe, 2 black sources, right? But yeah, so we have the 2 fetches, the 1 Godless Shrine, those 4, and then these 3. So in the main deck, we now have 10 black sources that are lands, and I added the 4th Springleaf Drum. One, because the Springleaf Drum starts are nuts, and you can just kill people sometimes when you're like, all right, turn 2, start making constructs off of Urza Saga when you play it on turn 1 in Springleaf Drum. And then, so it fixes our mana and makes our stats nuttier. Obviously, drawing extra copies can be bad, but that's fine. Thoughtseize, obviously, it's continued to be very good. I think I was only playing 1 Cathar Commando in the last one, but I've liked 2. I liked one of these originally kind of as the Seal of Cleansing spot, but as I've played it, I like it a lot more because Seal of Cleansing you can't bring in every matchup where they might have Chalice. You can bring it in like the Mirror, and that's about it. But because this is a 3-1 flash creature for 2 mana with a disenchant attached to it, it's really good because you get to bring in, like I got to bring in against Blue Moon, which you can't bring in Seal of Cleansing, but you can end of their turn 2 flash in Cathar Commando, and then if they counter it, that's fine. Then you get to slam like your Stoneforge, your Dark Confidant, your Pure Steel, whatever. And if they don't counter it, then you have a 3-1. You're actually pressuring their life total, and you have this disenchant up later. So if they play, if another deck plays, Chalice of the Void, Blood Moon, whatever, you then have an onboard way to answer it, but you still have high body count. Because Prismatic Ending primarily played a disenchant role, I decided I could probably trim one of those. And then Drannith Magistrate, card's just quite good. Sanctifier Invec, obviously card quite good. And but yeah, so that's kind of all I did for the tweaks. Nothing too crazy. 21 lands, 4 drum, and 4 bob. Hopefully we'll get to see this card in action, but I will see y'all in round 1. All right, cool. We are here for round 1. We will reveal Luris here. Go ahead and pop this out. All right, we have aid. We have a way to get a hammer. We have a drum. Other than that, this hand's like incredibly medium. We're on the draw too. They revealed Luris as well, so it could be the mirror match, could be burn. If it's, yeah, I think we can keep it. It's certainly not excellent, but I think it's fine. So we'll probably go, I don't know if I'm going to lead with Sigarda's Aid or Springleaf Drum. It kind of depends on what they do. But yeah, like who knows, maybe they'll play a discard spell and we'll just, okay, so it's the mirror match. This hand is fine. We might be dead here, but not a whole lot we can do about that, so that's fine. So we can play, so I think we want to try to set up the turn 3 kill, I guess. Yeah, so we play the Aid. Pass the turn, and if we're dead, we're dead. It's fine. So I think we're probably going to play the Inkmoth, unfortunately. I think we're just going to have to try to spike a hammer off the top. Okay, Stoneforge Mystic. Not great for us. So we can play Inkmoth. We're doing, yeah, so we just play Inkmoth, play Springleaf Drum, probably. Yeah, being on the draw in the mirror. Obviously not the spot you want to be. Yeah, we're probably super dead here. Okay, I'll take 1. Okay. And they're doing this to play around the Flash Hammer on Inkmoth Nexus. This way they can block it. Okay, Esper Sentinel, that blocks. That's really good. So I think we're playing Saga here. So we play Saga and Esper Sentinel off the Concealed Courtyard. That's probably true. Okay. And I'm fine just throwing this, okay. Do we have another hammer? Okay, so they're trying to draw into it. We might have a good shot here. I'm not super high on the likelihood, but I think we've done what we can. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and animate here, and we'll just block both. Like, if they have another hammer, we were dead anyway. Yeah, like, they're gonna draw 2 cards here. Their hand was much better than ours. And to be fair, we probably kept a hand we shouldn't have. Okay, so we're not dead, which is pretty exciting, but I don't see a way out of this either. We can have 6 here. Yeah, all right. And we drew another land. Okay, that's fine. I'm content conceding there. Because, yeah, we can't even present 2 blockers reasonably. Yeah, okay. So post sideboard, we have some fun tools, specifically Cathar Commando, Prismatic Ending, and Thoughtseize. Now, the hard part is always what do we cut, right? And my thoughts are that in the mirror match, you're obviously trimming, like, I think all the bobs, because the match is not about grinding, like, at all. So you're trimming these for sure. What else are we doing, though? The Spell Bomb can probably get cut as well. And then probably 2 Memnite and an Ornithopter. Might switch it up. I think on the play, you can switch those. I think that's a good spot to be. Of course, the Cathar Commando, Prismatic, like, we just have a ton of interaction. Okay. Yes, I would like to play first. Luris. I mean, we're keeping this hand. We have turn 1 Aid, turn 2 Inkmoth plus Prismatic Ending. We're not, like, I don't know in what world we're throwing this back. And hopefully they play out an Aid or something of that style here. Yep, okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and Prismatic Ending the Aid. Okay, so that's the other question. Is it worth playing the Inkmoth? And I think the answer is yes here. We could play out the Hammer here, but I don't think that's correct. Okay, so they kept in Bob. I don't think that's correct at all, but is what it is. So I think it's worth it to play that. Thoughtseize, what a jerk. So they're probably gonna Thoughtseize here. Okay, so we're definitely gonna flash in this hammer here. Oh, okay. So they will get a hammer anyway. That's funny. Okay, taking the second hammer makes sense. Okay. So attacking here feels pretty free. I think we're going to play the Esper Sentinel and grab the Luris here. Actually, we could also play the second Pure Steel Paladin, and then we can move the hammer to the Sentinel, which is pretty good. That means we're definitely drawing a card if they cast a non-creature spell. But the Luris means we have extra hammers. I think I like making all their Thoughtseizes really bad. Okay. Plains, that's a good one. Okay, so they're floating mana here, makes sense. They're probably getting a Springleaf Drum. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. Okay, so they got Paradise Mantle, sure. Paradise Mantle is not a card that I particularly like, primarily because it's just so much weaker to removal. So here I think we can just attack with, all of our creatures. I think I like leading with an Esper Sentinel though, kind of forces the action. So we can attack with all 4 of these, I guess. Kind of like the idea of getting Luris active as well. Yeah, so I'm going to, they have to block, and then we can leave the Inkmoth up as well. I don't think we want, yeah, I think we just want to attack with our 3 creatures. It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's lethal, so they have to block at least 1 creature. Okay, this means we do not want to move that. So even if they have hammer, so we know they have 1 hammer that they aren't casting this turn, they would have to have double hammer. I think this is fine. Okay, Prismatic Ending, that's an obnoxious one, but that's honestly not too bad because we did get the Luris. And we draw effectively 2 cards off of the ending unless they pay the extra mana. So they're spending at least 2 mana. Okay, yeah, game's over. The Luris meant that we could just cast a hammer at instant speed. So I still think the sideboard plan of Cut Bob is correct. Memnite. We're on the draw, so we want to be a little more defensive, I think. So yeah, I think that's fine. Could trim some Stoneforges for a Dark Confidant, but I don't think that's correct in this matchup. I think you just want to be able to combo kill. Cool, cool. All right, so we got Lurrus. This is interesting because it doesn't have like the fastest kill, but it does have Cranial Plating, Stoneforge, Memnite, and a fast draw plus Urza Saga. So I think we're keeping off the back of Urza Saga here. Yeah, so we're just going like Memnite, Urza Saga, Springleaf Drum. Then we can start making constructs the following turn. Yeah, the constructs will be minimum 3/3s. And then Stoneforge can actually just go get a Shadow Spear. Are we gonna have a mirror Springleaf Drum? Sure, Shadow Spear. Okay, so that means their hand is probably Landlight. Okay, yeah, I mean that's definitely a thing that happens. Opponent thought it was a Springleaf Drum. I've done that. Yeah, very, very different configuration when it is not a Springleaf Drum. Yeah, so we're probably just gonna make a construct. That's so much worse. So I guess it's a free attack here, right? Could also so we can either make a construct, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Yeah, I think getting the second construct is probably worth it. And we get to attack in for 2 here. It's not bad. They get to free block 1. That's fine. We get in for our 1 point. And we're just going to make one now in case of Pithing Needle, because they can name Saga, of course. Yeah, so we will probably make another construct next turn and grab Shadow Spear. That's a pretty good one. I guess we will take it. Okay, that's a very different experience. Okay. Does that change anything? If we float, we can go get Shadow Spear. We can get Stoneforge. We can get a hammer off of Stoneforge. Yeah, so we're actually just gonna float here and definitely need a Shadow Spear here. Do believe. Yeah, so we're definitely playing the land, playing this for sure. Okay, so we can play the Stoneforge or equip. Equipping doesn't do enough. Yeah, so we get a hammer here, and then I think we just pass the turn, and then whatever they make big, we block. Okay, yep, because, okay, well, do I get to draw a card is the question. Okay, so they are paying for it. Well, we don't have a whole lot of choice here, so here we go. They do get a Cranial Plating, which is pretty good, to be fair. And we get to move the Shadow Spear onto the construct next turn, of course, making it into a 18/18 lifelink. It's pretty good. Okay, another Ornithopter, that's fine. They can't really attack here. Let's see what we draw. Don't forget about our Lurrus and their Lurrus. Yeah, and we'll just probably equip off the drum in the courtyard to not take an extra point of damage unnecessarily. Ooh, a draw. We're gonna hide that for sure. Yep, not a lot of question here. Attack for 18. Now, I think this is worth shocking for... There was a consideration to put it on the Esper Sentinel because the Esper Sentinel would then make any non-creatures they have a bigger problem. So they're going to gain 11, go to 19. Then we get to crack back for 18, and they have to block. So I don't think it's worth blocking here. Yeah. I don't think that does enough. So obviously any equipment is a good draw. We can also consider putting Lurrus in our hand. Makes sense. So they're probably, I mean, doing a multi-block doesn't do that much. So, well, it is unfortunate that this was the case, but I think that's fine. I don't think they can just take this hit because they have a Bob in play. I think they're definitely inclined to block here. And I think we're just passing. And we're going to flash in this Commando. I don't think we're dead. Shouldn't be dead anyway. What they reveal? They reveal the hammer, yeah. Okay, sure. Yep, not blocking. Take 21. There is a consideration to blocking with the Stoneforge because it means, yeah, I think this is correct. Yep, take a budge. That's not a bad one. We have 2 disenchants up. Yeah, so we can crack in here. If they block, we just kill the Ornithopter probably. Yeah, like this. And they just take 18. The question is, do we leave up the other Commando? If we leave up the other Commando, like we can take 21 I don't think it's worth it. I think we just hold up the commando. Seal of Cleansing, that is an obnoxious one as well. You're a good draw to my good draw, fair enough. Okay. Yep. I think we want to blow up the Shadow Spear here, because then our Memnites actually just chump effectively. Yeah, so, yeah. I am curious what we hit next turn, but right now I'm thinking flash in and sack the Cathar to kill the Shadow Spear, block with a Memnite on the Dark Confidant, and then next turn we're going to put this Lurrus into our hand, and the following turn... Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, cool. We do get to draw a card, though. It's pretty rad. That's a good one. Feels greedy to not play out the seal, but whatever, it's probably fine. Yep. Okay, just him. We're actually just going to block with the Cathar, of course. Kill the Shadow Spear to take them off of Trample and Lifelink. If we draw a hammer, we win the game. But we'll see. That doesn't seem like the most likely draw. Like, it's very tempting to just... Yeah, sure, that's fine. Just put this Lurrus into our hand. Okay. So if we put Lurrus into our hand, what are we doing? We're just playing out Ornithopter. But then next turn we can play Lurrus, still can't Cathar. And we're just leaving a bunch of damage on the table. Whereas, like, we can play... This is tough. I think we want to get the Lurrus, because I think this turn we're just... Probably just blocking with, well, it turns into a 19-19 and then a 30-30. It's not quite enough. Like, we can also just chump, right? It doesn't matter. Save that. No attacks, unsurprisingly. Inkmoth Nexus is a very scary one. Though we can't die because this beautiful Ornithopter. That's obnoxious for sure. But at least we have the Stoneforge. I guess we can. So they grabbed Lurrus with Thoughtseize. Okay, so we're definitely blocking right here. Probably put Lurrus in their hand. No Seal of Cleansing. Okay, sure. What do you hit with the seal is the question. It's not a bad one. So we can pretty freely attack here with the Construct, right? I guess we can also play out the Stoneforge pretty freely. All right. And yep, let's get us a hammer. I guess the concern is, yeah, so we need to force them to pop this. Yeah, I think just the Construct. Please pop the seal. Okay, thank goodness. We're just gonna kill the Pure Steel here. Blue. All of a sudden life totals matter again, which is weird. But I have the aid, they don't have an aid. They have the Dark Confidant going. Pure Steel Paladin, okay. So I think, well, no, we're not dead because we can just block the Inkmoth with the Ornithopter if we need to. So are they making a Construct is the question. I don't think they are. Okay, Springleaf Drum makes sense. They want the mana. Sure, Pure Steel, you got it. Okay, Animate. That should do it. That should do it indeed. As long as they give it flying again, which I'm going to assume they will, but maybe they won't. GG's. All right, I will see y'all in round 2. All right, and we are back for round 2. Let's see if we can make this one work a little bit better. Okay, so reveal our Lurrus, of course. They have Yorion, so it's probably a Yorion pile. This hand is insane against the Yorion pile. Just turn 1, Sentinel, turn 2, Bob, turn 3, Bob, Hammer, depending. So they target me, so they know about whatever this card is. They know about Hammer. All right. I didn't really want to draw the third Hammer, but that's fine. I wouldn't mind drawing a Sigarda's Aid. And are we killing the Sentinel? Portable Hole, sure. Are you paying the mana? Yes, you are. Cool. All right, so time to start slamming Dark Confidants. And we're just going to get a Plains here. All right, let's see Bob go to work. Bob. And of course we have a backup Bob in case this one dies. Saga. What are we playing against? Is this the Urza Saga, or the like Urza and Urza Saga deck? Okay, so we'll play out another Confidant here. If we had a land, we might play the Pure Steel. I think saving the Pure Steel is probably better. So they know about one hammer, but not the other 3 cards. Actually, they might know about the Pure Steel. I think they do. Yeah, this has just got to be the Urza deck. Okay, Springleaf Drum it is. Do you have another removal spell for my Bob? If you do, you do. So I'm definitely going to bring in the Prismatic Endings. Actually, I'm going to board in probably all the same cards. Yeah, we can always yield to this. Oh, okay. I don't hate that. I'm definitely not attacking because they have 1, 2, 3 artifacts in play. Before. I don't hate just playing another Confidant here, honestly. I think I will play out 1 hammer because this way we get, no attacks, unsurprisingly. They probably should have let me go to attacks first, but it's possible they didn't. I just missed the selection. So they could get a needle and name hammer, which would be good. Shadow Spear. Okay, it's not something I'm really excited about, but it is what it is. Okay. Sweet one. These constructs are big boys. Equip would be my guess. All right, so I'm taking 8. Not a whole lot of point in blocking. Okay. And my draw step, please. Okay. So we can play the drum. Seems fine. And I think we're equipping 3 hammers to a Bob. So they have to block. I guess they have to block regardless, right? 2 Bobs around is pretty dangerous, and I don't think we're attacking with this pure steel or blocking with it. So let's go ahead and draw a card off of it. Is it actually correct to attack with the Memnite here? Yeah. So Memnite down. I guess Memnite doesn't have to go down. I guess we can just do this, and it'll be fine. Probably fine. And then I think we hope we just hit zeros here. This has been an interesting game. I do think Bob has been quite good, but hitting 2 2s was problematic. Nettle Cysts, tap 2 mana, put it on the Thought Monitor, and we're dead, if I'm reading it right. Hopefully they put it on the construct so we can double block and be fine. I'm hoping that's what they do. Damn, they saw the line. Okay, and we are dead. Cool. Well, our Bobs did not kill us, which was good news. So, post board, this is definitely a grindier matchup. Commando is great, the Thoughtseize is great, the endings are great. I think we can probably trim the Spell Bomb, probably trim, the Memnites seem like pretty poor, right? I guess they at least attack, probably just trim a couple of each of those. We can probably trim a Stoneforge, also we can probably trim, I don't really want to trim a drum when we're bringing in more black spells. Probably fine. And then on the draw, maybe 1 Sentinel. Well, how many non-creature spells are they casting anyway? I think we can probably just cut another 0 and be fine with this. Cool. All right. Yes, I will be on the play. Yes, I will reveal the cat nightmare. We board out a drum. No, we didn't. Okay, good. I was gonna feel super silly. I think this hand's a keep. We can get a black source off of the Saga anyway. I think it's a keep. Yeah, so this hand's really bad. We're gonna mulligan. This hand's much better. We'll keep. I think we can bottom a hammer here, and we're just gonna Thoughtseize on 1. Yeah, because we can Thoughtseize into Stoneforge, get either a Shadow Spear or a Cranial Plating. Metallic Rebuke, Path to Exile. I don't think I care about. I think I'll take the Rebuke, honestly. Okay, Razortide Bridge in. Yeah, Nexus, Stoneforge. Go get a Cranial Plating. I feel like it's plating here. If I knew they were keeping this hand, I would have kept my first. I wouldn't hate them pathing this Stoneforge either. Shadow Spear, okay. Cathar Commando's a sweet one. I don't hate it. This might be the turn we put Yorion or Luris into our hand. See, they can't Rebuke. Yeah, I don't hate this. And I think we just flash in this Cranial Plating. This seems fine. We're leaving 1 damage on the table, which, I probably could have just cast the Cranial Plating and gotten in for 1 point, but I don't hate this either. So what they know about on my end, just the Cranial Plating, which I'm going to put in. Sure, Flooded Strand, you got it. Getting an actual basic, okay. Guess I didn't want to shock, fair enough. Spell Bomb, sure. I think I'm actually just going to flash in the Commando here. If they want to path the Commando right now, I'm fine with that. Cool, they did not. That's a good one. Yeah, I think we just attack with both of these. So we could shatter the Shadow Spear here, or the Spell Bomb, which I don't hate. I don't hate killing either one of those. And then play Bob, and this means that the Commando is in our graveyard to rebuy with Luris, which is relevant. So just Hallowed Fountain we know about. I'm hoping this Bob sticks around now. Do they have Supreme Verdict? That would be super annoying. Urza, sure. That's a good one. That's a very good one, for sure. Construct Tribal. Okay. Are they dead? Yeah, I think they're dead. So we play, animate. No, okay, we're one short. I don't think it's worth attacking here. Can attack, put in the plating. I don't think it's worth attacking. Okay, another bridge. 5/6 mana. So they're too short of grabbing and replaying Yorion. So we don't know any cards in their hand. Yeah, if we had drawn a land there, the game would have been over, which would have been sweet. I would have really appreciated that. Thopter Foundry. Ugh. Okay, well. Okay, I know what they're up to. I figured it out. Yep, you got it. I will eat a construct if they attack with one. Like, I think this is probably correct. Because they can't. Okay. We're blocking with... Well, okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright. Didn't totally expect that to work, but here we are. Thoughtseize is a good one. I will take that. Let's start there. Yeah, that one. no Thopter Sword for you. Wow, that would have been really bad. Wonder why they didn't play it. Okay. What you got? Okay, drum. Drum is not going to do it. So we have, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll be +5/+5. Okay. Are we attacking with everything is the question. They can sack 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's worth it. I think we're just attacking for the... let's see. So they have no cards. They can gain by sacking the Shadow Spear, then the drum, then the Thopter Foundry. They can gain 3 life, make 3 guys. So that's effectively 6 life. And then they have 4 toughness to block with, 8 toughness to block with. I think we're just supposed to attack with the Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, well, let's definitely do this. 15. Okay, so are they going to do anything is the question. Because right now they are, no, so they would go to 13. And then, yeah, so it'd be Xaxes right now. So I don't have to do anything. And they knew about the plating. So it's 14. Yeah, so I have to remember there are 2 more life than they seem to be. Are they sacking the Thopter Foundry too? Yeah, I think they have to. Yeah, because this will turn into a 17. Oh yeah, they couldn't throw the Shadow Spear away because then they died. That was effectively 3 life. All right, cool. Game 3. That was rad. That was super sweet. Spell Bomb is more tempting now for sure. Memnite seems so bad. At least Ornithopter can potentially get in there. This seems fine. Maybe trim on like 1 Sentinel on the draw. Probably fine. Either Sentinel or a drum. I don't know that this is right, but it seems all right. Luris. If we had a black mana, I would keep this hand in a heartbeat, but we can't cast like almost anything. That being said, we are on the draw. We have a hammer and a way to equip hammer. I think I'm keeping this. It's not the fastest hand, but it does. It could be. It could be very fast. It's not terrible. Play out the Shadow Spear. Hopefully we hit any like white black source would be great. Of course, the Urza-Saga will eventually turn into one of those. That hand was really close. I don't know if it was actually a keep. No. What is he naming? What are they naming? Okay. Shadow Spear. I'm fine with that one. Is it weird that I'm tempted just like ending the drum? Right. That can't be right. Don't they have Shadow Spear in their deck too? Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully we hit a colored source here. So we aren't just doing nothing. Smith, okay. Yeah, so it's the Urza-Blade list. Yeah, I like saving ending for something like a one of their combo pieces like Thopter Foundry, like that exact one. Okay. So yeah, I don't think it's close. I think we're just making a dude. So we're making a dude and grabbing probably the drum. Drum's probably fine to grab. So make a dude. Probably float mana on this second one. I don't think we can die from this spot. I think they need 1 more turn at least. We were probably supposed to play the Inkmoth out there, so it had haste. So know about Urza. We know about Thopter Foundry. Hopefully they play out the Thopter Foundry. I think we're in okay shape if they do. 0. Okay. Is that just like for a mox? Okay, I mean, I'm still making a dude. I don't think I'm making another one though. I think here we are floating, getting a drum. Yeah. Get a drum. Play the Ink Moth. Play Pure Steel's probably good. Are we popping it now? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So we can pay. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't activate. I will play this as an extra. I guess they can blow that now, but that's probably fine. Yeah, so if they have exactly, because we know they have the Thopter Foundry. If they have exactly the sword, then we're dead, and I think I'm okay with that. I do feel like they don't, because we're tapped out. And if they had it, we would probably just be dead, right? Don't get me wrong, I love these Urza too. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay, sure. That is not the right sword. This hits non-lands, right? Yeah. So we block here, and then they die, I think. So we can animate. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing this, right? Gonna draw a card, of course. In no world are we blocking with the Paladin. Oh, that's so bad because they can just block with the Thopter. That's fine. That was really bad. I don't think we're dead. Shouldn't be, because they have to block right here for sure. Sure. It was just really bad that I didn't see that. Yeah, I think I'm dead, right? Oh man, the punt. The punt was so bad. So I can make that 7 and then 8, 9. Yep. And then you attack with the Urza and these two, and we're dead. Oh, okay, sure. If they show me the, yeah, so I'm trying to think if there was a turn I could have played the ending sooner. Sort of make, yep, I'm assuming they'll play it, and I'm not going to make them click through the combo. Yeah, I'm sure everyone was screaming at the, I was like, no. Yeah, we'll concede there. And GG's, of course. All right, let's hope we get back on track and win round 3. So, round 3. We're probably playing against weird stuff at this point. Yeah, this hand is good. We just need to find a hammer, but we have turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2, which is probably what we're doing. And they have no companion, so it's probably not elementals or blue-white control, which is great. I don't know. Don't know what they're on. We're going to find out, though. They did mulligan, too, so that's exactly what you like to see. Okay, Stomping Ground. It's not Jund, right? Okay, cool. So we were playing against the Luris, or the Crashing Footfalls deck. That's cool. Go ahead, grab a Plains here, play Drum, play Bob, pass the turn, and we really just want to find a hammer at this point. Pop this out so I remember it. Please don't have fire. A second Footfalls. We can always yield to Bob. I'm just going to bring these over here. Okay, another Bob. Sure. I guess we start off by just attacking, probably. Attacking and then playing another Bob and a Sigarda's-Aid. Seems pretty reasonable. I mean, if they have a Fury, I'm fine with that too. Like, it is what it is. I mean, cool. Oh, I guess I don't want to do that in case we... Okay. Yeah, they're not casting anything. Okay, what you got? They're probably cascading, which means we do get to draw a card. No, okay, nothing yet. Bob 1. Come on. Why? Yeah, so we can play out the Paladin for sure. I don't think we attack. We could flash in the Shadow Spear. Not really what we're wanting, but that's fine. I think we just have to wait here. I don't think we can attack. Well, if they end step, make some rhinos, they get to eat my dude. I'll just pass. I just needed to find a hammer. Deck, please. Please, deck. So it's very likely they have a, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. Yep, okay. At least we draw a card. And I would like to draw a card. Ink Moth. Not what we need. Like, we need to find a, we need to find a hammer is what we need to find. If we can find a hammer, we're not in bad shape, honestly. I'm fine taking 8 here. I'm just going to yield to Confidant. Oh my goodness. Deck. Okay, so we're 20 cards in. We haven't found a Bob or a hammer. That's kind of a beating. But it is what it is. So the question is, I think we do equip here. Yeah. And attack. We gain 3 here, go to 8, and then we move this back. Yeah, I think it's just attack with Bob here. 4 puts them to 10, put them to 11. I don't think it makes a huge difference. So do we put Lurrus in our hand is the question, and I feel like the answer is yes. Don't do it. We also didn't move the Shadow Spear, which we talked about doing. That's not great, because we could have moved it to like a Dark Confidant to gain 3 life. Okay. I guess the good news is this is not Violent Outburst, so that's cool. Just casting Brazen Borrower, maybe? Prismari Command. What are the modes? Shock and Make a Treasure. Okay. That's not really the one we want. But we're not dead, so that's pretty cool. They do have to pay 1. That's funny. What? Okay. Can't take 8. So we're definitely blocking with the Bob. That's the easy part. I think we're blocking with the Ornithopter too. Yeah, we'd be at a whole lot more life if we had put it on Bob. So I guess we can redraw here, right? Okay. Well, we went 24 cards into our deck and couldn't find any hammer. So, you know, is what it is. We can play the Lurrus. They have 16 power, so we can play Lurrus and Ornithopter. Yeah, and we'll cast the Ornithopter, and then I guess we attack with the Bob, right? Yeah. Like we attack with the Bob and then move the Shadow Spear. Okay, deal. Okay. Okay, so now we can, I guess this is the same, right? Yeah, and we put this here. So 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever. Gain 6 effectively, and that's gain, so that stops 6 damage. This stops another 5. I think that probably does it. Oh my goodness. Still no hammer. No hammer there either. What a beating. Okay, so 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. If they attack with everything, we're dead, but I might as well make them do that. I kind of just want to see if we draw hammers at this point. I don't think we can. Okay, well, we found a hammer. It was card 28. 27, I think. Maybe we'd be like, oh my goodness, why didn't they concede? I don't know what to do. I feel like I played it as well as I could. It just didn't pan out, you know? Things happen. Okay, so we need to just kill them. So definitely the Thoughtseizes, and we have the Magistrates as well. At least those are good. The question is, what are we cutting? I think it's some Thopters, some Memnites, and a Spell Bomb. Like, Spell Bomb is definitely bad. Memnite, I think, is like pretty bad. It can sometimes turn into a grindy game, but I think trimming a Bob is certainly fine. There you go, that's 6, so we need 1 more card. I don't want to go down on zeros even more. Sentinel's good, Paladin's good, Stoneforge is good, obviously. We're just gonna hope these Magistrates and Thoughtseizes get there. So many cards. We didn't like pre-board out the hammers, right? Yeah, I mean, we have a turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2 Magistrate, turn 3 start making constructs. So yeah, and we even have the hammer. I might play, no, we'll play the Magistrate second because we want to start making constructs on 3. If we had a different land, I might consider something else, but, ooh, okay. So spending Footfalls again. Let's get in there. Hey, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna play out the Magistrate. I feel like every time I've ever not done that, I get super punished. Let's pop this over here. Yep. Yeah, and so next turn we'll play out the Godless Shrine, make a construct, attack for 2, make a construct, attack for much more than 2. Let me draw a card. Okay, this is my upkeep, so I'm not doing anything. That's fine. We both draw a card. That's rad. Okay, well, I guess we'll play the Dark Confidant now. No, I think it's still Bob here. So now at least if they have Fury, they don't wipe my entire board. They just get to pick 2 of my creatures. Let me pop out Lurrus here so I remember. Okay, so the question is, do we make a construct? And I feel like the answer is yes. Sure. Okay, so doesn't really matter. Okay. Ooh, okay. So I think we're getting a drum here. I don't hate that. Drum's pretty good. Now we can play, if they have a counterspell for this, they have the counterspell for this, and that's fine. One thing I should have considered was playing the Saga first, but I think it's, no, we'll do this. This also means, like, if they have Blood Moon, we're okay. I think we're just attacking for the old 4 damage. I don't think there's a reason to play the hammer out yet, because I think we want to use it to protect the magistrate. Sigard's was a really disgusting draw, obviously, because now we have double hammer. And if they do Force of Vigor here, we can, and they don't target the Esper Sentinel, I'm also okay putting the Colossus Hammer on Esper Sentinel. Okay, cool. So yeah, so they are targeting those two. So let's see if they're paying. If they pay, obviously we're, okay, they didn't pay. I'm just gonna put a hammer in. Okay, so probably Force of Negation. Sure, okay, that is fine. I'm not happy about it, but it's okay. There are worse things that could happen. Okay, so they do have one-time counter. So that's my upkeep. Can I draw Crad? Okay, that's really good. So I think I'm just going to play the second Magistrate here. And I think we actually grabbed Luris. Is there anything they can do, is the question. I feel like no. I feel like I just attack. Put him to 2. Or to 3. Prismari Command. Shock the Confidant. Shatter the Construct. This makes sense to me. Take 1, go to 5. Of course, now next turn we get to play Luris, play the aid from, play the Sigard's Aid from the graveyard, and then we can hammer. That Footfalls is permanently exiled. Yeah, okay. The second Magistrate is really hard to beat, I would imagine. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this configuration. Maybe we do want the other Bob, because I definitely don't think we are killing them. At least Ornithopter costs, or takes an additional point from the Fury. Sure, I guess that's my tiebreaker on the draw. It's not unreasonable to trim some Esper Sentinels as well, but the card was pretty good. The card, sneaky good. All right. I mean, I think I keep this. I mean, we only need to find a hammer, right? What could happen? The issue is we don't have any hate either. I think we can mulligan in retrospect. Yeah, this hand's way better. Okay, so we probably bottom. I think I want all of the lands. I think we just bottom the Stoneforge, strangely enough. Yeah, so we turn 1 Thoughtseize into turn 2 Bob. Yep, Thoughtseize you. Pop Luris out, because I will forget. What you got? Show me your secrets. I want to know. What are they? Fury, Brazen Borrower, Fire. So we might be switching this around. I think we take the Fire. So I think it's Ink Moth, Thoughtseize, Springleaf Drum. Seems fine. The reason I do this here is because I don't want to just like play the Bob to either get it bounced or Furied next turn. So if we take, actually, so it's either Brazen Borrower or a Fury. I feel like it's Fury. So those are their, whatever. Oh yeah, it's because they double up on the Brazen Borrower. All right, there we go. It's like, I don't think they want to bounce that. Forest, you got it. They can cast. No! Oh, what a beating. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so I guess we're just playing so gross. Okay, just remember they have a Fury in their hand. Okay, so I need them to, yeah, we're dead. Yeah, so we needed them to miss once. All right, I mean, I'll block the Shardless Agent. Yep, take 8. Yeah, I think we're just like pretty much stone dead, right? Silent clearing. All right, well, let's crack the silent clearing. Esper Sentinel. What did I do? I'm trying to think what I did wrong here. Clearly, I punched a baby seal at one point in my life. Yeah, them's the beats, right? I just want them to like hard cast this Fury to like really send a message. Okay, well, yeah, we need to do this. Like, we are very likely dead, but because if we don't block, they just get to bounce one of them with the Brazen Borrower and then we die. Yep, good game. All right. Well, things have gone horribly off the rails. Let's see if we can finish with a 2-3. Yeah, so sometimes, like, this just happens, right? Sometimes, you know, you go through half your deck before you can find a hammer. And that's just kind of the way it goes. But, yeah, let's see if we can turn around. Luris, hammer. 3 hammers is a lot of hammers. This is a much better hand. Okay, so what are we throwing back? So we want all 3 lands, I think. Want the hammer. Want this, probably the second Pure Steel. That's what we're throwing back. That seems fine. Courtyard, Sentinel, go. Yeah, and please, like, if you see like bad misplays on my end, other than the ones I pointed out, and that game against the Urza deck, I don't know if we could have sequenced differently. Like, if we know we're gonna need, I guess looking back, knowing we need to get through and they can make 1/1 blockers, probably should have just killed the just prismatic ending the Pithing Needle right away. In Datha Triumph, are we playing against like Nimbisit? I think we play the Colossus Hammer off of the Saga. This means that our Pure Steel is a little bit more insulated against removal, and it means we get to start constructing another turn if they do play something like a discard spell. And our Sentinel's just going to get in for like, you know, blink, blink, 1 or 2 points of damage here. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and play it out. Wham, 1, get him. And this means if we draw a 1-drop artifact or a 0-drop artifact, we get to suit up the hammer. Okay. Don't know what's happening anymore. Oh man, I want to do it so bad. Worth it to play Sigarda's Aid here. Play the Aid, we give up another construct. I think we shock this in and attack for 1. Yeah, if they want to trade off an Arbor Elf, I think I'm fine with that. I feel like this deck won't have a lot of things that are going to trigger the Esper Sentinel anyway. Could be wrong. Could be a Bring to Light deck, but I don't think Bring to Light, like, if they're casting Bring to Light, I don't think. Okay, cool. I will take this trade. A drum would have made this hand. Okay, so Abzan Forest. All right, so just an Abzan ramp deck? I don't know. Okay, we're shocking. Please play Siege Rhino. Siege Rhinoceros. I mean, we are in the 0-3 bracket, so I'm not surprised to start seeing some weirder decks. Utopia Sprawl, sure. Tarmogoyf, sure. So yeah, it's just Kaya. Jesus. Okay, sure. I think we kind of need to make a construct here. He attacks us Kaya. I honestly don't hate getting a like a spell bomb here either. A Springleaf Drum is probably better though, right? Opponent, can my thing resolve? Please. Non-land permanent, value 1 or less. That's what I thought. Okay. Because if we go get a spell bomb, then artifact creature would be a 2/3 against my 3/3, and the Goyf would die. So that's something to consider at least. But I feel like grabbing, yeah, I think we grab Springleaf Drum and cast Sigarda's Aid here off of the sick construct. Could also get a hammer. I think we probably get the hammer. As soon as opponent lets us do anything, that is. Opponent, please. Please. I might trigger resolve. Springleaf Drum seems pretty good. Yeah, I don't hate it. So we have 1, 2, 3 artifacts. 4 with the Pure Steel Paladin. Or with the other construct in play. So that means like they're definitely incentivized to blow up. Okay, yeah, they have 1,000,000 mana. Sure. What? When it ETBs or a planeswalker you control dies, look at the top 7. Okay, so they don't have enough black mana to cast Liliana here. Reveal a planeswalker card from among them and put them into your hand. So you look at the top 7 for a walker, and the abilities cost an additional +1 to activate. Sure. So I'm cool playing another Pure Steel here, and then we can always make a construct. Then we can make another construct. No reason to attack. Yeah, okay. Sure. So I think we float here. It's probably fine, honestly. Construct down. Okay, so it means that Liliana, or that Kaya's minus doesn't minus at all. Got it. Okay, sure. She gonna -1 to Edict? Gee, okay. Okay. I get it. You like planeswalkers. That's pretty sweet, honestly. Opponent's deck is way better. So this is a matchup that I would want. Another Carth, too strong. I do not regret. Oh my god. Why, opponent? What did I do? So I think we need to get the Shadow Spear here and hope to spike a hammer. That's not a hammer. All right, well, get in there, I guess. We can't. What am I doing? So we can turn it into a 7 at least. At least there's that. Yeah, so it's a planeswalker deck. Sack a creature. The smaller construct. Karn Great Creator, I would presume. Grist Hunger Tide. Okay. Yeah. I assume you're gonna kill one of these guys too. Sure. Turn that in. Yeah. You got it. I assume Pure Steel's down. Oh, okay. Cool. I feel like you just killed the pure steel. I don't feel like the... Yeah, okay. We can start here, I guess. I feel like we are like sufficiently dead. Cool. Okay. So, this night has been a comedy. I don't think that's what we want. I don't think we want Draenith Magistrate either. I think we want Thoughtseize for sure. Prismatic Ending's probably also quite good. Question is, what are we cutting? I don't think we are grinding against the Walker tribal deck. I do think we can probably trim a couple Memnites and be fine with this. Like, I think if we get into a grinding like location or position against them, I think we're just gonna die. Yes. Okay, Luris. All right. I mean, we're keeping this hand for sure. We get to Memnite, Drum, Sigardizade on 1. Yeah. So this turn we get to Concealed Courtyard, Stoneforge Mystic, tap Mystic, and 11 them, and kind of hope that does the trick. I'm fine with that. You big jerk. You big jerk. Oh, Fatal Push. Thank you. Oh man. So I think we lead with Thoughtseize. No, we can't do this. We definitely need to play this out first. Yeah, let's get a hammer. Okay, Renin 6 doesn't do anything. The big Kaya doesn't do anything. This Liliana doesn't do anything. This Kaya is really good. So we're going to take the good card. It is. Man, I hope they're playing the Chain Veil because that card's rad. And it's like not playable in any deck that isn't literally this deck. Mountain, you got it. Utopia Sprawl. Okay, so we know what we drew. Are they dead? I think they're dead. All right, kill you. Yeah. All right. That's the plan. Turn 3, kill you. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely am not excited about these Memnites after seeing Renin 6 also. Okay. Sanctifier has protection from their removal, but they also have edicts. I don't know how good that actually is. Could bring in like 2 these prismatic endings. I'm okay trimming a couple Memnites, I think. You have Tarmogoyf too? It shrinks Tarmogoyf, kind of. No. Alright, cool. Whatever. YOLO. Can we beat Carth the Lion deck? To be fair, this is the first time I've seen Carth the Lion constructed 60 card format. Snapkeep. So we probably... It depends on what they do. We could just ending. See what they got. If they play a ramp spell on 1, we probably do just ending the ramp spell. And then turn to Esper Sentinel, Springleaf Drum, Thoughtseize them. Because we want to constrain their mana if the plan is to Esper Sentinel. What? Enters the battlefield tapped. So it's a ETB tapped mountain that you get to for 6 mana, tap sack it. So 7 mana effectively. You Sinkhole and make a 4/4 with Trample. I don't know. Card's sweet. Well, now I kind of like Thoughtseizing. I mean, like, we're never beating Carth the Lion. But Grist can't come down yet. I also can't, like, beat this Karn. I feel like we take Grist. Okay, we're at Foothills. Gone. Alright. Thoughtseize again. Ashiok. I don't really think I care much about Ashiok. Carth or Karn. Carth or Karn. Carth or Karn. I can't believe we're going to do this, but I think we're taking Carth the Lion. How weird. Okay, so they have 3 cards and those 3. They can cast Ashiok this turn, and we'll draw a card, which is pretty rad. Looks like an Ashiok to me. Give me that card. They have 2 cards. They might miss on lands, too, here. Okay, it's not a bad one. It's not like they can just play the Karn and tick down or tick up, really, right? Field of Ruin? Sure. Do I get to draw another card? That's sweet. I do. Okay, so we get to kill the Karn? That's fine, because once we kill the Karn, we can always exile the bridge because of these Springleaf Drums. Oh, man. Oh, it's so much better, though. All right, well, let's start off with the easy part. Karn. And we know they have an Ensnaring Bridge. So I think we do want to kill this Ashiok so we can actually go get an Equip Monk. Okay, well, I'll definitely kill that. So kill that. It's tough, actually. Ensnaring Bridge, sure. I got a hammer. What a jerk. Okay, so play land here. 1, 2, 3. And then we can still white, black, green. Doesn't matter. Cool. And we don't actually want to hit that. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're just gonna make another construct here. Okay. Would you like to pay? No. Why? Oh, so bad. Oh well. This is what I deserve. Yeah, we would actually be able to kill this Ashiok too. Yeah. Alright, well. Okay. Cast that. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think it is. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of poopy, but I don't really want them making... I guess if they do that, we can just make a big idiot anyway, right? Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if Pernicious Deed is in this format, but I hope not. That'd be bad. Yeah, we'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5/5. Liliana, sure. I will probably sacrifice this Ornithopter. Cool. All right, might as well kill this Liliana and attack them. This has been really bad. How many hammers are exiled? Just one? Okay, that's good at least. You tick down, no, tick up. Okay, okay. Maybe I do want Bob. I don't know. Now let's start here. I don't know why I thought they had a card in their hand. Oh. What? Okay. Why didn't they blow up my land? Okay, take 3. Why did they blow up their own land? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. All right, give me any equipment. There are still 3 stone forges, 3 hammers, and we have the plating and what else? The plating and the spear. Cool. Well, no attacks. What you got, opponent? Renin 6, sure. I guess you can pay. That's right, there are 3 of them. We have so many equipment. I think the equipment is about half of my deck at this point. I think I'm... Okay, there we go. Yep. All right. Yeah, I was like, I will attack, and then throw a hammer on whatever you don't block. Okay. Oh god, we won a match. Oh, thank god. Now that we faced Carth the Lion in battle. I'm so demoralized. Oh, I am so battered right now. Jeez. I hope everyone gets a good kick out of the beatings that have been tonight. And you know, I've always worked on like not tilting off as hard, so this has been great practice. The Carth deck was sweet. The blue-white deck was sweet. Rhinos was Rhinos. And then what else did we face? The mirror, where they left in Bob. I don't feel like you leave in Bob, but when the games go long, Bob seems great. The issue is I don't know what you cut, because you definitely want the Thoughtseize, you want the disenchant effects, and you want the prismatic endings. So I don't know what you cut otherwise, because you can't cut too much of your artifact synergies. Esper Sentinel I think is good. All right, match 5. I don't think this can be nearly as sweet as the oh, I love you. I love you too. As the Carth deck, but I don't know. They are I love you. Yeah, this is a keep. This is an easy keep. Turn 1, Sigarda's Aid. Turn 2, Bob, probably. Yeah, so Aid into Bob into, if we hit a land, kill you on 3. We're gonna get Spell Pierced. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right now. I said good luck, have fun, which means we're probably getting Spell Pierced. I mean, we definitely want the black anyway. Oh, no Spell Pierce. They could just Prismatic Ending us if they just play a white source, but Living End. Okay. Alright, well, I'm glad we have a fast kill. I'm glad we have the fast kill. We just need to make sure to play the Ink Moth out. Strangely, this is fine. I can take 1 hammer, but we have a 2nd hammer. This hand is very good. As long as they don't have the 2nd Grief, I guess. Which it looks like they would. Whatever. Ink Moth Confidant. Maybe they missed on land too. Oh yes, they missed on land. Okay, we're probably just winning here. Okay. Yeah, because the Living End deck doesn't really play interaction like the Rhinos deck, so they aren't nearly as savage in terms of like Brazen Bar. No! What a jerk. And we might just draw 1. Could also draw a Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, let's see what Bob gives us. Oh, okay. Bob's good. So we can Drum plus Stoneforge, and we go get a hammer. We could put them to 4, which is probably right. I don't know what they do against that. Yeah, no, And I think we've got it. They missed on lands for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draw steps, give or take. Yeah. They probably kept a reasonable hand, but they don't have a way to living end, so game's probably over, I would presume. Yeah. Cool. All right. We got game 1, which is good news because this matchup is kind of poop soup. So obviously we're bringing the Thoughtseizes and the Dranniths and the Sanctifiers. You want them to be good, but they're just not because they don't have the stuff. The Thopters don't do anything, so we can cut them. And we definitely trim some number of Bobs, I think 2 probably, because matchup can go long. Yeah, so Thoughtseize, Drannith, and then we just try to kill them. The Bob helps us find more of our hate, and we kind of go from there. Obviously, Bob is more for like the blue-white matchups, the elementals, anything where you're just trying to also gain value. And it's not for the matchups we've had tonight as much. Yeah, I mean, we have Thoughtseize into Drannith. I'm like never throwing this back. I mean, Thoughtseize first in case they're holding up like Grief. I'm not as familiar with this matchup. I've played it a few times, and I know the general play patterns, but nothing too crazy. Cool. All right, well, that's a good one too. Thoughtseize, you. And they mulligan too. That's kind of what you want to see. Okay, Foundation Breaker, Architects of Will, Force of Negation. I don't really care about the Foundation Breaker. Like, it kind of sucks. Maybe it's Foundation Breaker. I think it's probably Foundation Breaker. It's also the only piece that they can do. Curator is gone. Yeah, and so I'm just going to slam the Drannith onto Architects, Breeding Pool. Okay, so we know one of their cards. All right. Good card. Yeah, of course, Drannith Magistrate shuts off the Cascade because they are trying to cast it from exile, and this says your opponents can't cast spells anywhere other than their hand. There you go, that's why. And this, the Saga also can find us a sweet Nile Spellbomb in 2 turns. I don't hate 1 Sigarda. I guess we start with this. It's fine. I'm just going to attack. Force of Negation makes sense to me. And they pitched a Force of Negation. Cool. It is a shame we didn't hit another land, but that's the reality. Sometimes that's just how these things go. But the rest of our hand was kind of insane. Thoughtseize plus Drannith is exactly what you want. So we're going to float here. And yeah, we're just going to get a spell bomb. Yeah, okay. Game's over. Okay, so there we go. Well, what did we learn? Let's, got those pity 50 play points. Okay, so what did we learn? Like our losses were all 1-2s, right? So yeah, so our losses were 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 to the Mirror, to I know we lost to one Rhino's deck. I'm just trying to remember what else it was. Yeah, to the Yorion Urza deck. So what did we learn? I felt like it was really close. I definitely misplayed in game 3 against the Urza deck, but that's fine. As long as it's not the deck that's losing, it's me. I'm okay with that. Just kind of live and learn. So I feel like the big things we changed were obviously the mana base. I didn't mind the fetch and the 1 shock for the extra black-white source. I do think, because we had a couple times where the courtyards came in tapped. Those were pretty problematic games anyway, but maybe you just play the 4th silent clearing over the 4th concealed courtyard. I also kind of missed the 4th Inkmoth Nexus because getting to get the cheese kills is definitely a huge advantage to the deck. So the question is, can you just kind of, like, if I'm doing this, I'm just going to trim these 2 and probably just play a 2nd Godless Shrine and a 4th Inkmoth Nexus and call it a day. It's not unreasonable. It acts as an additional planes in case you're playing against like Blood Moon. So you might just do that. Add the Inkmoth Nexus. Because I did like having 4 when I was playing 4. So you could cut one of the fetches for this. So how many are you looking at then? You're looking at 9 and then 13, which is not unreasonable. 13 with the drums. You could theoretically also trim a drum for another land, but then your count remains the same. I think the shell, super good. Bob, I think, is still very good. Against, it was the Rhinos deck, right? Like we were drawing multiple cards a turn, and then we just like could never find a hammer, and so that's just going to happen sometimes. But Thoughtseize is very good. I like the prismatic endings. The Cathar Commandos are good because you can bring them in a lot more matchups, and it has a much higher floor than Seal of Cleansing. Seal of Cleansing is going to be slightly better in the actual mirror because it's just a little bit cheaper. But this being a surprise effect as well as an ambush, which we saw. Other than that, I really like where the deck's at. The plating, totally reasonable as a backup equipment because I do like having a couple other ones. Springleaf, Paradise Mantle. I don't understand why people are playing Paradise Mantle, especially if they're not maxed out on drums. If you're maxed out on drums and you want additional equipment off Paradise Mantle, okay, cool. But I think you max out on drums before touching Mantle, because if you play the drum turn 1 and you play out your creature and they kill the creature, if you have another creature, you still get mana out of the drum, whereas the Paradise Mantle, you don't. So, it's close. But yeah, I like the bobs a lot. If you want, you could trim 1 bob as well for the 20-second land, but I've kind of liked 21 a lot. Sanctifier's quite good. Obviously, we didn't see the matchups they're good in, but Drannith was good in multiple matchups. So I would like the deck a lot. I think this is a strong build kind of going forward, and I think people are sleeping on Cathar Commando because I think it's a lot better than some other things. If you want hate for the mirror, you can also just play Manriki Gusari. So you could go 1 Cathar, 1 Manriki Gusari, since that card is quite the beating in the mirror match. But yeah, other than that, this is Disgruntled Elk. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the feedback people are starting to give me. So, if you see misplays I do, especially ones that I don't call out, always room for anyone to get better. So please let me know, and I'm happy to discuss that in the comment section with you. But with that said, I'm going to log off and take care, y'all. Bye.